What's up? I'm Meg.
I'm La.
And we're somebody's unhinged sister. And we're sweating. We're sweating.
It's later than normal.
Oh, yeah. We're
hot.
partying hard right now. We just did a branding photo shoot for the pod. So we're like official.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm so excited.
Yes, we used our friend. I say we used. That sounded gross.
We
used her. Our friend Heidi Florence with Heidi B Photography. Shout out. Did our whole session on film. So she's going to send them off this weekend. And I cannot wait to see them.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be really cool.
Film's just the coolest anyway.
It is, yeah. It is. But it was so funny because for a minute, I literally was like, can I see that one? And then I was like, oh, wait, no, you actually cannot at all. Oh, it's so funny. But it was really good. And the location was pristine. We'll talk about it after we share the photos because we're going to shout them out too. But yeah, so how was your week, Law? Tell us all about your weekend.
It was good. We went to DC. We went to the Jaden show.
Yes.
I can't believe I ever even thought about not
going. Yeah, I know. That was insane.
I'm not even going to lie. That was probably one of like my top show that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Like best show I've seen.
I love that.
It was incredible. It's up there. There's like my top threes. The first time I saw MGK and then Beauty School Dropout when we saw them last year was just insane because we were like on the barricade. But yeah, I've seen Jaden 4 times, and of the 4, this was definitely the best
That's awesome.
one. Which he also, had all his new songs and everything like that, and he's just like grown a lot since then.
Is he sober now or no?
He went to rehab but he's drinking and stuff again. I don't think he's doing anything crazy, but yeah, I mean, it was absolutely insane. And he this new album's a little bit of a different vibe, so he screams a lot more, and his screams
I
are
didn't know he did that.
Oh my god, I have videos that I think I've posted a couple already, but it is insane.
I'll have to listen to some of his new stuff.
Every time he did it, I had full body chills.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but it was we got there at 4 o'clock to wait. Normally when just me and Colin go to shows, I make him get there at 1, 2 o'clock because I want to get the best spot I can. But normally we're only in Charlotte or Raleigh, and this time we had to go all the way to DC. And so we had to get a hotel, and we weren't able to check into the hotel till a little after 3, so we didn't get in line till 4. But that's probably a blessing in disguise because it was, I'm not exaggerating, my phone said it was 100 degrees outside.
Absolutely not.
We're on a sidewalk right next to the black pavement.
So
there's no shade. Yeah. I literally, it looked like we had just been in a rainstorm because everyone out there was just dripping. Sweat. Yeah, Ugh. It was insane. But this venue, shout out 930 Club, they were bringing out cups of cool water for everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
I guess they didn't want anybody passing out. But then somebody did pass out.
Nuh-uh.
After the second opener, so we ended up going up on the balcony because
I saw you were up.
Yeah, so we just didn't feel after being in the heat all day, trying to be in the pit and everything. So we watched from the balcony, which was amazing. But after the second opener, this guy just fell out, and it as soon as she ended, and everybody starts screaming, freaking out, waving their arms. And so they cleared the whole floor off, and he was out cold. I mean, they had to use smelling salts and everything to wake him up.
I don't even know
his girlfriend was just it kind of just smells like alcohol, but it's supposed to kind of bring you back to when you're unconscious. Girlfriend was sobbing and everything. And then finally after, he was out for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, even had time for the fire trucks to get there and everything. And then as they're wheeling him out, his little I'll never forget his face. It was so sad. And everyone, when an athlete's injured and comes off the field,
everyone claps.
Yeah. But everyone was clapping for him, and he just, I don't know if he was embarrassed or still out of it or what. Up. Oh my God, his face! I was I'll never forget it. I would have probably thrown up sad.
Yeah, I made it.
And he had his Jaden shirt on, so I just know he was so excited to see him. And Colin swears we've seen him before, cause
at another show.
Yeah, the Jaden community, it's a pretty tight community. I can name probably 15 of the girls and guys that
that's cool
go to all of these shows and stuff. So Colin swears we've seen him before. But yeah, I felt so bad for him. I was I know he's
from just the heat and exhaustion, I guess.
I guess that. Well, someone on the floor said that he was having a seizure. Because I don't know if the lights and the fog and stuff, or if it was just dehydration. Yeah. I don't know. It was crazy though.
Oh, that's so sad. For him. That's really sad because that puts a damper on the whole weekend.
Yeah, and his girlfriend was distraught.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. He got to see the 2 openers, which. Yeah. Okay, so Gunner was the first opener. I'd never heard of him, and so on the way down, I was listening to his Spotify, and it wasn't for me. I didn't love it, but live, he was
good.
Super good.
Well, that's good.
Way different than his Spotify. And then Lolo was second, and I love Lolo.
I don't know who that
she's
is.
she sings her most popular song is called "Hot Girls in Hell." She's not like on the radio or
Yeah.
anything, but she is like insane loud. Like she puts everything out there.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
I'll
was
have to look
fun.
her up too.
Yeah, she has some really cool songs.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you did go. Did you go see any sights? Any?
Yeah, we
things?
went. So when we first got there, we got there at 1 o'clock on
Uh-huh.
Sunday, and we couldn't check in until 3. So we
Mhm.
like rode around for a little bit. We tried to. I've never been to DC, so I
Right.
wanted to see the White House, all the things,
Mhm.
and we literally could not figure out how the heck to get to the White House. They had, I mean, all the roads were blocked
Yeah.
up. They had like a food truck festival and stuff going on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we rode as close as we could, but Monday on the way out we went and parked and we walked up to the Lincoln Memorial. We walked as close as you can get to the
Right,
White House.
yeah.
Everything's gated off and everything, but we walked as close as we could to that, and saw the the monument and all the things.
That's
So it was cool.
awesome.
I literally like almost cried. I was like,
I was
this
gonna
is-
say,
yeah,
how many times did you cry?
I know, I'm not talking about it. I'd never seen it before, so it was
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, I don't know, it was cool.
Well, I just love America, so
Yeah, exactly.
yes. Well, that's good. I'm glad you ended up going and didn't not go, because when you said that, I was literally like, she's crazy. What is she? What?
Yeah, no,
she's
there
gonna
was
go.
never-
like
yeah.
she's gonna go.
Oh,
What is this
yeah.
conversation that's even
Yeah.
being had right
Oh,
now?
it was so fun.
Oh, that's funny.
Also at the 9:30 club where Jaden played, Nirvana had played there before, so I thought that
That's
was like, yeah, I
sick.
thought that was really
Oh,
cool.
that is sick.
And like a couple other big bands, but Nirvana was the one that I
Yeah.
was like, that's like
That's insane.
Kurt Cobain's stood
Been
on the stage
here.
in this building, like
Amazing.
yeah,
I would have just hugged the floor.
right,
I mean, I probably wouldn't have, but
yeah.
I might have. I don't know. Let's see. I don't have, full disclosure. Nothing like crazy has happened in my personal life. I know the world is going through some things right now. Not gonna speak on it 'cause I can't. I'll cry. Every time I talk about America, anything America, good or bad, I'm hysterical. So, but prayers to everyone involved with any of that. Anyway, nothing in my personal life is going on. I did get my first "I don't even like you anymore"
From
my
Jax?
kid. Yeah, I did.
You'll probably get several.
Oh
several
yeah,
more in
this
your
was the first
lifetime.
one. It sung a tidbit.
Yeah.
Like it sung a tidbit, and in front of her, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
cool. And then I went to my room and I was like crying.
yeah.
I was like, that really hurt my feelings because I want to let her eat popcorn because she needed to take a nap. And she had been really bad, and she just had a bad day.
right.
And I was like, no, it's time to go to bed and take a nap, whatever. She's like, well, I want popcorn. I was like, we're not eating popcorn. We're going to take a nap. So, well, I don't even like you anymore. And I was like, okay. And then I turned around and walked to the bedroom and started crying. And I was like, that hurt. That hurt a
Yeah.
little bit. I texted my mom. I was like, I'm first, I don't like you. And she's like, oh, you have a lot more of those coming. And I was like, yeah, I know, but this is the first one. And it was
Yeah.
at 4.
Yeah, I was about to
So-
say 4 is like you have your hands full with her.
Yes. Oh,
but-
it hurt a little.
Oh, I'm
a
sure.
little
If she
bit.
told me she didn't like me anymore, I would probably cry for
Yeah,
a year.
and
so
after,
I'm
like,
sure.
all the events in the world, I was already like on edge 'cause big things happening make me very nervous. And so I was already like just distraught in general, just with all the things. And so that just was like the icing on the cake for my weekend. I was like, no,
Yeah.
I can't handle anything else. This
Yeah.
is so crazy.
Aw.
But yeah, so that happened. I'm trying to think if anything. I started playing golf Monday. I'm a golfer now, so I'm not. I'm not at all. But I did have a photo shoot at a golf course on Sunday. And the guy was like, it was my cousin and her fiance. And they were like, just drive this golf cart. And I was like, excuse me? Like, out there? Like, on the thing? And they were like, yeah, 'cause it was closed. So there's
Yeah.
no one there. But these golf carts looked more expensive than my car. And they had, like, these big screens on the front that had all the holes and, like, GPS on them.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, I've never driven a golf cart, really. Like, not on a golf course. I've driven it in my yard.
Yeah.
And so I was very scared, and I was driving so slow. Like, the fiance was having to stop and wait for us 'cause I was like, I'm just trying not to mess up her hair. I don't want to get wind in it, you know? So,
Yeah.
but I was so scared. I was like white knuckle on a golf cart.
I've never seen a golf cart that had
Oh,
like all the technology
yeah,
and
girl.
stuff on it.
It was at Tot Hill Farms, I think is the name of it, in Ashboro.
I
Kel
wonder if
said,
Colin's been to any that have that.
I don't know. I think Kel said that he's seen something like that, but he says expensive course to play for like around here. But I was literally so terrified to drive the thing, and then I finally got used to it. But that's like the most exciting thing that I did this weekend was drive a golf cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we did. But
Do you remember whenever for our engagement pictures we broke onto that like abandoned golf course?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
We did do that. That was
cool.
fun.
Anything abandoned, we should
I
like
love an abandoned
yeah,
thing.
we should go explore
all abandoned places.
abandoned stuff.
You know where I've been allegedly? I haven't. Never have I ever been to this place. The mill building that's to the left if you're going towards my house.
Oh yeah, like in Belmont. Yeah.
Allegedly, I did not go there.
I've always wanted to. I've passed it so
It
many
was cool.
times, but it looks like you would
Allegedly.
take one step in and like
Yeah, it's a lot more
fall into the.
disintegrated now than it was back when I went. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
That sounds like
It was cool. There was like a tree growing through the middle. Like it was pretty awesome.
I feel like goblins live in there or something.
It is very goblinish in there actually. Yeah, you're actually 1000% right. Speaking of goblins, Leah and I were talking yesterday.
About goblins?
No,
Oh.
I just wanted to call her a goblin because she doesn't listen to our podcast. Leah. We were talking. No, she's not a goblin. She's beautiful. We were talking yesterday about our DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know I don't even know how it was brought up or whatever. I was getting a facial and she was like, something was brought up about like doing the 23andMe or whatever.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, but feel free. And she was like, yeah, I was going to do it, but then I was scared to say my spit. It's like, what if they clone me? And I was like,
a lot of people feel that way about it. Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Like you really think?
Yeah, I was like, Leah, no. And I literally was like, if they clone me, that's on them. If they feel like, because they don't know us, but if they feel like they need to clone me, that's a them problem at that point because we don't need to do that at all. So
Like
that's on
one's
them.
plenty.
Literally. And like, she's struggling. But maybe I do need a clone. Maybe I do. Can you give them responsibilities? Or no?
No, I feel like
Are they
would
dumb?
like, no, I feel like they're like, in my head, clones are smarter and more like evil and like diabolical and would like ruin your life.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's how I picture
See,
clones.
in my head, I think it's like a maid. Is it not?
I mean, maybe.
Be like, hey, girl.
But in my head, it would go horribly wrong.
Yeah, like iRobot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That should
how
be a
that's
movie.
how I picture.
Is that a
clones.
movie? TM.
TM.
So anyone made a clone movie? Because I feel like we should do that.
Mm.
Question: have you ever had your lips done?
Like filler and
Uh-huh.
stuff? No.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Me and Leah talked about that too.
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you gonna put it on blast on the podcast?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I want them done.
That's what I said. I was like,
Yeah.
"We talked about getting them done, but I don't think she did."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
that's what we talked about. I don't know. I was trying to think of what else we talked about that was funny, but there really wasn't anything.
Yeah. She just don't want to be
Just
cloned.
she doesn't want to be cloned.
But I've heard people say that about
yeah,
like
I've never heard
like
anyone say
23andMe
that.
and stuff like that. They're like some people say like stuff like that and some people say like just having your DNA out there because once it's out there because like like cops and crimes and stuff like that, there's instances where like my DNA could somehow match someone who killed somebody in New York City and like some freak accident happens that matches my DNA and I get arrested.
You're gonna be arrested.
Yeah, and
for
I'm
murder.
in jail for life for murder. Which I'm sure is rare.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
yeah. I know that it has helped solve several cold cases, and my true crime podcast girlies are gonna be yelling at me. One recently. Who was it? Was it the Night Stalker? Might have been the Night Stalker. One of his distant relatives like did the 23andMe and it goes into the system and somehow it went through the database and they found it and it linked them back to, I want to say it was the Night Stalker. Correct me.
crazy.
Someone for real correct me because I could be totally wrong on that. But it's the one from California. Yeah. And it solved cold case, like a serial killer, like,
oh, that's
I'm
wild.
not going to say that word, but
Yeah.
like cold case
Unaliver.
files. Yeah. But it was, Unaliver and other things.
Yeah. Oh.
But it was wild because it was from either Ancestry or 23, whichever one it was, but it literally linked them and they found him.
Huh.
Yeah. So I'm like, what if I do it? And somewhere out there, I have an unaliver that shares DNA with me
In your family.
in my family. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
My uncle did it. I don't know which one he did, but he's somehow traced back the family tree and stuff like
I
that.
love that.
But, his dad and my dad have
Yeah.
different dads
Yeah.
or whatever. So like it's not fully accurate for
for
like
y'all.
us necessarily. But stuff like that fascinates me.
Oh,
so
I love
like
it.
the fact like ancestors and all this stuff, like I want to know where they all
Everyone.
came from.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just like
Let's
stuff
do
like
it.
that is absolutely
Let's do it for the pod.
crazy to me. Yeah,
Let's do it for the pod.
I'll do it.
If
'Cause
we
what
get
if, like,
accused of murder, whatever,
yeah,
we didn't.
yeah,
We
no.
didn't do it.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
We didn't. But we should do it. We should get 'em, do 'em, send 'em off, read the results live on, it won't be live to them, but read them here together. And when I find out I'm not Scottish, y'all will see me have a complete mental break because I have to be Scottish. I have to be.
I just hope I'm like from royalty. Like I hope there's like a
Oh,
princess
God.
somewhere in my blood. Let's see, I either share the same birthday as Princess Diana or
Let's
she
look it up.
died on
Oh,
the
that's
day I was
morbid.
born. One of the two.
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah.
You're right. It is. I know.
I think we share a birthday. I don't know. I just want
princess.
royalty to be in my blood. That's like, I love all the shows with like the castles and kings
Yeah,
and queens and stuff like
absolutely.
that. And I'm always like, I wish I was alive in
I
those
didn't
times.
type body,
But I don't,
typed
because
birthday.
if I was, I would have been one of the peasants. Like I wouldn't have been
Oh, for
living
sure,
up in
yeah.
the castle. But
No, I wouldn't. Y'all share a birthday.
that's what it is. Yeah.
July 1st, 1961.
Nice.
Yeah, is when she was born.
When she died.
Didn't
it say?
We should know this. August 31st, 97.
The 31st.
Mm-hmm.
97. She died the year I was born though.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Same birthday. And
That
she died.
actually, good segue. Good segue, because do you know what I rabbit hole down?
What?
And I mentioned it on the podcast before. But either way, we're going to do DNA tests. We're going to open them on here
Yeah.
and read the results
Okay,
or whatever.
I'm
Is it
excited.
mailed to you or does it just email? Because that's boring. I want to be on paper. We'll get someone to
can
print
print
it
it.
and put it on like in envelopes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mentioned on the podcast early, I say early on, whatever, before this one. And about how like things in history, like you would be surprised at what was going on at the same time
Oh,
as each
yeah.
other. So I saw a TikTok that was talking about it on another podcast, and I was like, I want to look into some of those. So I have a list here, just a few of them that really were like, how is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
So John Tyler was our 10th president. He was born in 1790, and in 2018 he had 2 living grandchildren. Grandchildren
Yeah.
were still
So
alive.
like his kids.
Yes, in
kids.
2018.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, they were probably like old.
Oh, for
old,
sure,
but
yeah.
No, that's crazy.
That blew my mind though, because I was like, that's not impossible.
Yeah.
But it is. Marilyn Monroe and Queen Elizabeth, so tied that together, were born in the same year.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Guess the year.
I don't
Guess
know.
the year. Just guess the year.
No, I can't.
Oh my God, 26.
Oh, I was gonna say. Wait, of what? 19.
Yeah,
Okay.
1926.
I was gonna guess the 20s, but I was like, that might
Yeah, no,
be
26.
dumb.
But that's crazy. There was a picture of them meeting, and it was pretty cool. Woolly mammoths were still alive while Egyptians were building the pyramids.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I want a pet woolly mammoth.
you would want a pet.
Also, Egyptian like pyramids. How
They
did
freak me
how,
out.
How back then in the days when they had none of this equipment
They-
we have
I don't
nowadays?
know.
How did they build
They were jacked.
pyramids?
They were jacked.
Is there still pyramids you can go inside?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I want to go.
You can visit them because there's like the one where Cleopatra's stuff is, and
That's
King Tut's stuff is all
crazy, yeah.
there. Yeah. Egypt freaks me out. Not the
I think
people,
it's
of
super
course,
cool.
but
Yeah.
like the whole, because like I don't know, Salem doesn't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
The witches don't scare me,
Mhm.
but an Egyptian like curse,
Yeah,
they freak me
Oh,
out. Like,
yeah.
well, I watched The Mummy. Didn't we discuss you've never seen The Mummy?
yeah. I've never seen it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, watch The Mummy. I feel like Colin would love The Mummy,
He's probably seen it.
Okay.
He's more of a movie buff
Yeah.
than I am.
but I don't know. I would love to go and experience it, but like I feel like I would leave there and be like, I'm changed.
Yeah, I
Something's
just
happening.
don't get how they did the things.
Oh,
they
I don't either. I
did.
don't
That's
understand it at
so
all.
far long ago.
And did they use animals? They use camels. What they do?
Yeah, I
Are
think they
camels
did
strong like that though, like a horse?
I think they can carry
Maybe?
like
Yeah. We need to
low-
look into this.
Yeah.
Okay, George Washington died in 1799. The first dinosaur fossil was discovered in 1824. So George Washington died never knowing dinosaurs existed.
That's crazy.
But then that led me to, this is where my brain went, could you imagine you're digging in the dirt for whatever, a garden, whatever you're digging in the dirt for, and you find a bone the size of your house?
Hmm.
What would you do?
yeah,
I mean, what do you do? what do you do? I would
Yeah.
obviously put it on Facebook immediately. Like-
That whole concept also blows my mind. Like, they
dinosaurs?
found these bones and were able to put them
Yeah,
together
and know what they
figure out-
were.
I seen a conspiracy one day about this though. Like,
Dinosaurs don't exist.
no, they
Oh.
could, but you know how like they make them all look scary and furless and stuff like that. But what if they were like fuzzy, like
And
what
had
if
feathers and
yeah,
stuff.
what
Yep.
if the T-Rex was like fuzzy
That's
and
so
cute and not
sweet.
like
Neat.
the weird skin and stuff.
We
Like,
got
like
on-
how did someone
come up with
just
that.
decide
Yeah.
like, oh, they're
I wonder if like some of the bones, if they were like I guess mummified in a way, depending on where they were in the
Yeah, I
earth,
guess-
if they still had like some cells, sort of, not cells,
Yeah.
but pieces of skin,
mhm.
I guess, maybe. I don't know. 'Cause do we think they felt like lizards?
yeah, that's how I picture, or like crocodiles,
Yeah. More
Yeah.
like a crocodile.
or like
But then what did a long neck feel like?
a snake.
You think?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
you don't think
In
they're
my
like
head, it felt like
slimy?
sandpaper.
Oh, like a cat's tongue,
Ew, yeah.
but like not wet. I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, speaking of, please hold on. Hold on, we'll come back to that. Water may not be wet. Yeah, let me change your whole life right
It
now
has to be
with
wet.
this concept.
That doesn't even.
Hold on. This is because most scientists define wetness as a liquid's ability to maintain contact with a solid surface, meaning that water itself is not wet but can make other objects wet.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
What do you mean? It was on Google.
Google said.
Google said water's not wet, so it's not.
No, science goes over my head though. Like none
Oh.
of those words you just said make sense to me.
Yes, it does. Like this cup is now wet because water is on it,
yeah,
but the water itself is not wet.
no.
Just telling you what there is. As you can tell, I have not had any exciting moments this week, so we hit the Google for fun facts. Okay, Nintendo was founded when Jack the Ripper was still on the loose. That blew, as a true crime girl, that blew my absolute mind.
Yeah, see, I didn't know Jack the Ripper was like a long time ago. Like
Oh,
in my head, that could have been like when I was.
It was 1889.
Damn. That's another
Nintendo
concept.
was founded in 1889.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's almost the
Nintendo?
1900s. Like,
That can't be true. Did this Google? Hold on. That sounds strange. But it was on the thing. Let's Google
said.
this. Google said, when was I don't even know how to spell Nintendo. Speaking of Nintendo, TikTok has a little Game Boy console thing that has Barbie Horse Adventure on it.
no.
That was my game back in
Yeah?
the day, and I want it so bad. I sent it to Jake. Oh, it was 1889,
That's
September
crazy.
23rd.
Do they even have televisions and
I
stuff?
have
then?
no idea.
I wonder what the first Nintendo looked like.
Huge.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Probably like as big as this
Yeah.
room. But Jack the Ripper is like one of my all-time. This is gonna sound bad. One of my all-time favorite cases because it's unsolved. But there are so many conspiracy theories and so many different theories around it, like who was it or who it was, that it's like you'll start believing one person and then you'll hear another, be like, oh, well, now that sounds true.
Yeah.
And it's just all over the place. And one of the podcasts I listen to, they are like dead set that it'll be solved before we die.
They think so?
Mm-hmm. Yep. They think it'll be solved before we die.
I just don't see how a crime could be solved from that long ago.
Yeah.
Like there's absolutely no
Oh, it's
way.
crazy. It's crazy to even think about. But I guess, I don't know how they'll do it. There's like letters and all kinds of things like that they have and some stuff that we may not even know about. But I mean, I would love to see that just to see who's right at this point. You know what I mean? 'Cause justice obviously can't be served. But, well, I guess for the families of those people. But anyway, so if that happens, we'll talk about it. Today's oldest living tree. What? Hold on. There we go. Today's oldest living tree was already 1,000 years old when the last woolly mammoth died.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
wanna-
it's called a Bristol cone pine.
that's crazy.
Yeah, there was a picture of it. It's not cute.
She's I
struggling.
want to visit it.
I mean, you probably can. I don't know where it is, but Star Wars came out the same year as the last guillotine execution was held in France.
I don't know what that is.
Beheading.
Oh.
The guillotine.
Uh-huh.
You drop the thing.
Yeah, I didn't know
Wednesday
that's what it was
has
called.
one. Yeah. The Addams Family. But that leads me to, and that's my last little like history fact, but I've never seen Star Wars.
I've never seen a whole Star Wars start to finish. I did watch because Baby Yoda was cute on
He is cute.
Disney, The
Mhm.
Mandalorian. I watched the first season
Yeah.
of that, but that's the closest. Is that Star Wars?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Star Trek? I don't know. I've
Star
never
Trek
seen,
is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that either.
Yeah, I've never
But,
seen. But I
um,
did watch The Mandalorian because he was so cute.
I haven't seen any of them at all,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I
too
just
far
want
gone.
to, yeah, like I'll put it on my like headset.
Yeah.
Never watch Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Never seen Star Wars
Never.
or Mean Girls.
Never. Oh yeah, I haven't seen Mean Girls. Leah made a reference to it, and I was like, yeah, of course.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I seen something about Mean Girls the other day, but no, I can't remember what it was. It was you were having to pick, like, they would put up 4 movies and you had to, like, you could only
Mhm.
choose one from each thing, and Mean Girls was on there. I chose something else over Mean
Did
Girls.
you?
But yeah.
I feel like I need to watch it because I do love Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun, like, girly pop movie. You
Girly
know?
pop. What age can I watch it with Jex? I'll watch it with her for the first time.
Yeah, like upper middle school,
Okay, so we got time.
like 8th grade. Yeah.
There'll probably be like an 8th one by then.
Yeah.
They'll probably start making more.
Yeah. I don't know. The remake was shit.
There was
if
a
I do say so.
remake?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't even know that.
You know, Renee Rapp, I think is her name.
Yeah.
She played like Regina George.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I know who the person
Yeah,
is. I don't
she-
know who
the
the
main
character is.
girl.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
Wow.
that wasn't Lindsay Lohan. The like
Yeah.
head bitch in
Right.
charge or
The
whatever.
blonde.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know the pictures. Like I can picture
Yeah.
the pictures, but I don't know who they are. Okay, what's something you have? Because all mine are weird science facts that you're gonna freak out about.
Well, let's see. I have just so much random things.
I love it.
Whenever we were on the way down to, DC or whatever, I was thinking about like, if we were gonna hang out after and like,
Mhm.
try to talk to Jaden or anything. We didn't because I'm far too shy. But then I was
You
thinking,
should have.
I know I should have. And he comes out, and talks to everybody afterwards. And I mean, we thought about it, but I was like, honestly, what am I like? I'm not gonna say anything to him. And
Yeah.
it was making me think of, I have met Machine Gun Kelly twice.
Mhm.
Both times I froze like a
Yeah.
freaking idiot because the first time we met him, it was after a show and we were like hanging outside and he came up and I had on like one of his like, cool like limited edition jackets he had put out or whatever, and he like grabbed it and was like, I like that. And I was like, my literally jaw just dropped. I just kind of stared at him and he was like, nodded his head and kept walking. I was like,
Oh my god.
I did manage to get out thank you. I was like,
Yeah.
thank you or thanks or something like
Thanks,
that.
man.
But then I was thinking about the second time we met him, it was like I did a little better. So we were in
We're
the
getting better every time.
we were in the VIP room before the concert, and they had like cornhole and like a little candy bar, bracelet making bar, and stuff like that. So we were just hanging out in like the VIP
Did
room.
you say a candy bar?
Yeah, like just you could get different
Like
a
Sugar Life?
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. And so his daughter walks in first to like she comes into the VIP and is in there making a bag of candy. And so like, I was like, oh, like look, that's Casey or whatever. That was cool. Well, then he walked in, after her
That's
and everything. And I guess none of us wanted to like,
Yeah.
make a big, because there's maybe like 12 of us
Right.
in there.
You don't want to be the nerd, you know what I mean?
Yes, but me and Colin are playing cornhole with these 2 people we had met. So me and this girl were on this side, so like we could see MGK, and Colin and the other dude had their backs to him. So Colin had threw it and like made it in the cornhole board, and MGK was like, "Oh, nice bag, dude," and like Colin didn't hear him or whatever. And then he kind of like looked over, so I like kind of like smiled and waved at him, and he like smiled and waved back to me. And then he like turned around and was walking out. And as he was walking, I was like, "Hey, come throw one." I had like got the courage up to say something, but at that point he was like too far gone. He, I guess either didn't hear me or.
Are you in Machine Gun Kelly Red String Theory?
Yeah, I think so.
I sounded so confident.
Yeah, but we did we made eye contact and
Yeah.
like waved and like smiled at each other. It was so cool.
I love that this is the way.
Yeah, but this could be me being Delulu.
We
but
love it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Which I mean, also, he probably doesn't want everybody to like run up talking to
Right,
him or
yeah.
whatever. And he just happened to see us, but he was like we had eye contact like as he was like walking up to like you
Yeah.
know at the candy bar or whatever. And I was like, oh, that was cool. He
He
knows.
loves me.
Yeah, he knows I exist at least.
I know, and he would have loved your arm.
I know.
You have to show him your arm.
I know. Well, that's another thing I thought about. Like, if I would have stayed after I met Jaden, I could have showed him like
Yeah.
because that's the record label Jaden signed to, and I have
Right.
his signature and stuff like that. And he probably would have thought it was sick. And like everyone, I see videos of him like talking to his fans and stuff all the time, and like he is a social butterfly. So he would carry the conversation. I wouldn't have to talk. But one, it just feels like kind of creepy to just hang out,
no,
like sit there.
You would have been fine.
Wait, and two, yeah, I'm shy. But
no, I've never had the opportunity to meet anyone. I was gonna meet Bunny, but I mean I paid for that, and then she ended up not being able to do it. But I don't think I've met famous people that are famous in different
like Richard
ways.
Petty and
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
Jerome Davis, Richard Petty, like those kind of famous people. I met like some famous bronc riders when I was out west, like things like that, but not like I've never met like movie stars or singers, I don't think.
Some people get starstruck and some people don't. Like some people can literally just like chat and hold a conversation with like a celebrity as if it's nothing. But like me, I get so starstruck and I don't know why. It's just like, even if it wasn't like my favorite person in the world, I think I still would just like it just, I think because I want to be famous so bad, I'm like, it just like ways. The concept is like, I mean, it's insane.
But would you talk to people if you were famous?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
well,
see,
or would you not? I'm so shy.
I think you would open up.
I think I could at that point because I think a lot of my shyness comes from like confident issues. I'm like, nobody cares about what I have to say. But I feel like if I was famous and it was like my fans, I would be like, I would, know they care about me.
I think
what I have to say, obviously.
You'd be fine famous.
Yeah.
Really
and I'm a super nice person, so I would want to,
you would
talk
interact.
To my fans.
I think you would be great.
Make them happy.
I'm trying to think of who would like completely starstruck me. Like to a point of like I can't speak.
Yeah.
Because I'm a talker. So I like, well.
You don't think like Bunny would or Hardy would or.
No, because I feel like they're just normal. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not
they're
like.
normal people. They're not
they're not like, they're rich and famous and all the, not that rich has anything to do with it, but they're like, they're super famous, but they're also like chill. Like you see them on like their TikToks and they're not afraid to be funny or like embarrassing or anything. So like I feel like I wouldn't be like, oh my God, I have to be so perfect around them. But like, I don't know. Like, but I don't follow a lot of people that you would have to be like P's and Q's with. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know who would just completely like, I can't even speak. I don't know. 'Cause I wouldn't want to miss, I don't think I would want to miss it. I'd be like, oh my God, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know. 'Cause I always thought I'd be like
yeah,
that if
but
I
that's
ever
true
met
though,
MK. And then he walked out and I was like,
yeah, that's true though.
And also he's 6'4", which is tall.
Yeah.
But he looked freaking 12
I didn't
feet
know he was
tall.
that tall.
Yeah, he's
that's
tall.
Crazy.
I mean, I was like standing, I had my feet up on a fence, so I was like even a couple, a little bit taller than I would be, and he was still like looking down.
That's crazy.
At me.
I didn't realize that.
But he, being a celebrity, just even felt like that much.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, I was like looking, and his head was like almost in the clouds. It was insane.
That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But nobody that I like absolutely love right off the top of my head, I would have a problem talking to. I don't think.
You think that?
Yeah, until it happens. Yeah. But I've never been in a situation because I'd be buying lawn seats. Like I
feel like people feel like that meeting you. Like
me?
Yeah. Someone literally said one time at a market, like, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity."
That's insane
right
to
now.
me. Y'all are crazy. That is so wild. No, 'cause that's crazy. Yeah, people like I feel like my face is not approachable.
Yeah, I don't think mine is
like.
either.
And then those people that one time thought I was a statue because I want to be out of the way. Like I feel like people think that I literally thrive being the center of attention or want to be the center of attention. I don't. I literally like when there's a crowd, I tuck myself away because I don't like a lot of people like right on top of me. And that person really thought I was a statue. She's like, oh my God, I thought you were a statue. It's like, no, it's just me. I just was getting out of the way. But I don't like feeling like I'm in the way. Yeah. Like at all. Like I would apologize. Like if I met someone famous and I felt like I'll be, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah. That's probably like my first thing I would say is like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And they'd be like, what for what? Like, but that's what I would say probably. Okay. Read something. Tell us the fact or ask a question.
We passed a town in Virginia called Dumfries, and I was like, that
Dumfries?
Yeah, Dumfries, literally Dumfries. And I was like, I want to live in a town called
Do you know how
Dumfries.
bad I want to go get my atlas right now and find that?
The fact that you have an atlas.
Yeah, it's in my front seat.
Hilarious to
I'm
me.
going to do that tonight. I'll post it on the page.
A bunch of music came out last week. The Hardy album came out.
Yes, it did. Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem. Megan Maroney. She had a new album.
I haven't listened to hers yet.
Yeah.
I listened to Eminem's. Listened to it 3 times. I loved it. A lot of people are having issues with like a couple of the songs, but
I love all of it.
I literally loved all of it. Jake helped me. He like walked me through some of like what I wasn't understanding. And
it wasn't him saying the bad stuff. It was Slim Shady saying the bad stuff.
Yes, which so as someone who dabbles in like, I'm not gonna say songwriting, but like poetry, whatever. I write words down on paper. That to me was so ingenious, the way that he did that. And I don't know if it was him by himself. I didn't read the credits. I should have. I need to look it up. But that was so crazy to me, because he basically had to write, and I know they're raps, but I'm going to say song, whatever. He had to write 2 sets of lyrics for
from
that.
2 different people's point of views.
Perspectives.
And
that's
then changing
crazy.
his voice depending on like who he was talking to. I mean,
it's
insane.
I want to see like behind the scenes footage of him recording, because in my head he's like doing like a me when Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow come on, like he's just like moving, but you know what I mean, like pretending, whatever. But I want to see like, and I'm sure he recorded the whole entire song as Slim Shady and then went back and recorded it as Marshall. But I just the creativity behind it blew my mind. Like that was insane. It was so intelligent and so creative, and I loved it. I loved it so much.
I think it's cool too. I don't know if you've like noticed this yet or not, but like as soon as like one song ends, the next song that starts after it is like the same, like the ending still of the song before it.
I literally, because I was in my car the first time, and I had, instead of on my dashboard where you can see what's playing on the radio, I had it on the compass. I know. I needed to know where I was going. And so I didn't know that the song could even change. I was like, this is the longest song ever.
Yeah.
And then I realized that it just all flowed together. Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And the skits in between, I love the skits. Like, it was eerie sometimes, and I was like, oh, this is genius. It's genius. And I just loved it. I loved it. I know some people are having a hard time with the Haley song, and that's fine. I thought it was cool. I mean, I hope that he doesn't die. That's very morbid. But I loved that he threw that in there, because you never know. And then it's in there, and she has it. So
MGK has a song to his daughter.
Really?
It's called Play This When I'm Gone, and it's literally her song to play when he's passed away, and it's like him, pretty much the same thing.
Has she listened to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like his,
I would cry.
letter to her.
Yeah, that's great. I don't think I could do that. Speaking of that, and we'll get back to like music, but with the way that things are going on, I just feel like there's been a lot of like death around our community lately. I literally was talking to one of my girlfriends a while back, and I was like, we should just write letters to our kids and just keep them just in case, like a 16th birthday, an 18th birthday, engagement, wedding, like whatever.
Yeah.
All these like that was a little out of order, but all these letters
like
for them to
this
open
on this day.
Yeah, because you literally never know. And I
Yeah.
think I'm going to start doing that. As crazy as that sounds, I realize that sounds so crazy, but I like to write. I love to write things. I love to write letters and notes, and I want to do that and just put them like in my gun safe.
I mean, that's cool. And like even if you're still alive though,
Yeah,
like,
just
that's
to give it to
cool.
them.
Like,
Yeah, I
for
just
them
think it's
to-
cool and sweet, because like if something, I would have wanted that, you know, if something were to have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so a song is essentially the same thing, and it's cool that they threw that in there. I love that.
Yeah.
I loved Hardy's album.
Yeah.
Obviously.
What's your favorite one off the whole album?
What do you think my favorite one is?
I don't know.
This is gonna be crazy. Jim Bob.
I
swear
to God, I was gonna say Jim Bob.
Jim Bob,
Yeah.
and that shocks me, because I thought Good Girl Phase or Good Girl whatever. I
Yeah.
thought Good Girl Phase. I thought that was gonna be my favorite after we heard it at the show.
Yeah.
But Jim Bob, I don't know. Every time it comes on, I'm like, oh yes,
Yeah.
I just love it. I love it so much.
That one's my least favorite.
I know.
Because I think the pow pow pow.
Oh, it's my
part,
favorite
I'm like,
part.
that literally sounds like a
I
freaking
think it's my
third
favorite
grader
part.
wrote a song. Like I cannot.
It is my absolute favorite part. I go so ham every time it comes on,
Yeah.
and I just love it. But I also like, well, I mean, full disclosure, I think Quit is just genius.
Yeah.
So that one's on the top. Most of the ones I like are the ones that were released first,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's just because I've heard them more.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the one. What is it? Where Have You Been My Whole Life?
Yeah.
That one's cool.
Yeah,
like
that
that's a
one
sweet
is.
one, and I'm not like a sweet song kind of gal all the time, but I like that. That was pretty cool.
I think Orphan's my number 1 favorite,
Uh-huh.
and Good Girl Phase is my number 2 favorite.
I
Those
love Good Girl
both are
Phase.
like, they're good.
He's just so good.
Yeah.
He's just so good. He was on Burtcast. I guess it would have been
Oh,
recently.
yeah.
Burt Kreischer.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was gonna go on there, or I don't even know how old it is. It may be an old clip that just came out on TikTok, but now I'm gonna go back and listen to it, because he like played some covers on the podcast. And Bert was like, I wanted to cry. Which I would probably cry if he played live for me, like, one-on-one.
Yeah.
Which would be so weird, but I would cry.
Oh, man, I should have said this earlier when we were talking
Say
about
it.
kings and queens.
Go
This is
for it.
just random I have on my list. Kings and queens, Deegan, buddy, I love you so much. Don't lick. Kings and queens back in the day, like, do you think they got tired of being cooped up in the house all the
Obviously.
time?
Yeah.
Because if I, like, even, like, on Mondays, I don't have work, so I'm at home on Mondays. And by the end of the day, if I haven't left the house and Colin gets home, I'm like, I need to get out of here. I can't. And they, like, I mean, really couldn't necessarily, like, leave the castle and
Not
stuff.
back
Like,
in
I'm
the
like,
day,
you know, they
uh-uh.
probably got sick of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Even though castles are massive and they're weighted on hand and foot.
Yeah, but
like,
you're always around people, too.
yeah, I'm like, it's no wonder they were all, like, batshit
Grumpy.
crazy.
Yeah, they're literally
Yeah.
always surrounded by people. You would never have, I mean, unless you ordered, like, privacy. Like, you don't have any privacy.
Mhm.
And that would drive me insane.
Yeah.
I would have to have, like, a secret, you know how they have secret passages and stuff?
Yes.
I'd have to have, like, a secret exit
yeah.
to, like,
Oh,
go
yeah.
out into, like, a secret garden or something like that
Yeah.
in my castle, hypothetically. That's what I would have to have, like, or to my stables, so I
Uh-huh.
could get on my horse and, like, you know, be like Brave. That's my favorite movie. I love Brave so much. My favorite Disney movie. But I would have to do that. I would have, like, a secret passage to my stables so I can get on my horse and ride away and get away from everyone.
Yeah.
Because all the people, and even waiting on you hand and foot, like, that's amazing. Love that for them.
Yeah.
That
like,
would be so irritating to
yeah,
me.
bathing
Yeah.
them.
Like, I can bathe
and
myself, thanks.
You know what's, like, absolutely freaking bonkers? Is it called consummation? Like, when they
Yeah.
got married and they had to have sex with other people in the room to prove that it was, like, that was, and then, I don't know if this is true or not, I saw it on a TV show, but, like, their feet, like,
Yeah.
had to be out of the blanket, and that's how because they could be under the covers,
Oh,
but their
that's
feet
sick.
had to be showing so
No.
that everyone knew.
I would have
like,
never got married.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it.
And, like, these poor girls that had to get married off by their parents to these, like,
Old
old
dudes.
ugly,
Yeah.
grown men,
Yup.
and they're these young, beautiful girls.
He
like
would have got
that's-
poisoned for sure,
Oh,
allegedly.
I cannot, like, that's
Yeah. No, he would have caught the poison
like,
for
that's
sure.
brutal. That was a thing.
That's a
that they
thing.
made these people.
And we're
do.
going to probably
like-
be related to someone that
Yeah.
was old.
Yeah.
And the girl was not.
Right.
Like, for sure. That's going to be in our DNA.
Do
We're
they
gonna-
still do? Because I know
don't
kings
think
and
so.
queens still exist. Do they still
Yeah.
have to do the, like,
They-
consummation with people watching and
No,
stuff?
absolutely not. No. I'm for sure they don't have to do that. Could you imagine? Could you? I won't even hold Jake's hand in public. Like, are you joking me? We were talking about this with my cousin and her fiance, the other day doing her engagements. I've never seen them kiss before, which I'm not around them
Your
much.
cousin?
My cousin, yeah, I'm not around them much or whatever. But I was like, I didn't know if they did. Like, I mean, I assumed, but
Mhm.
I didn't want to just, and they did. So I was like, okay, cool. Because my poses leave when you can't be kissing.
Yeah.
But I was like, because I could tell that they were uncomfortable. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, yeah, girl, just wait till it's in front of everybody at the wedding. I was like, that was my least favorite moment of my entire life, was having to kiss Jake in front of everyone on the beach that day. I literally, I asked the preacher, I was like, do we have to do that? Like, can
Is that
everyone
part
close their eyes? Can I, like, turn around? Because in front of my parents. Like, in front of y'all,
Uh-huh.
it didn't bother me. But in front of my parents, I said, I could never.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, I was dating my little high school boyfriend, whatever, worked out great. And he, like, went to give me a little peck, and my dad walked around the corner. I, like, stiff-armed him. I was like, how dare you? Do not touch me. Oh, I can't do PDA.
See,
I just
which
can't.
also physical touch is my love language.
Yeah, absolutely
PDA doesn't bother me at all. And also, like, I mean, kissing Colin in front of my parents and stuff doesn't bother me.
Oh, no.
But I think that too could come from, like, me and Colin have been together since we were 16.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
That's true,
my
yeah.
parents are,
They're used to it at this
immune to
point.
it.
Yeah.
But also probably 'cause physical touch is my
Yeah.
love
Oh,
language.
I
so
could
it,
never.
like, doesn't.
If I saw my
bother me.
parents kiss, I would vom.
I remember one time, I don't know if my parents remember that or if my mom remembers this. I remember one time when I was younger, she, like, I guess had, I had never seen them kiss before
Oh,
or
I'm so
whatever.
scared
and
of this
she asked
story.
me, she was like, have you ever, like, seen us kiss? And I was like, probably not.
What a weird
and she was like, well,
question.
watch us kiss. Kids need to see. I mean, it was like a pet.
Oh, yeah.
But she was like, kids need to see their parents, like, love and affection to each other. And I was like, okay. And so, like, they, like, pecked each other or whatever. But maybe that's why my love language is physical touch.
Maybe
though.
because
maybe
if my
that
parents
moment.
ever said to me like, "Excuse me,"
Yeah, she
no.
probably doesn't even remember that.
Oh, I would have.
but I do because
No.
that was, you know.
My knees would have buckled.
Yeah.
I would have immediately started sweating. No.
Yeah.
Like with my clients, I'm all about it. Do it up. Like, do you. I love it. With me, I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. And it's just, people are like, oh, y'all been married so long. No, it's been like this since day one. I don't do, like, he came up and kissed me in the beach. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
There are people here. Do not do that. I mean, but like in front of the kids, like when he gets home from work or whatever, about to leave or whatever. Yeah, but no, it's not for me. So back then, absolutely not.
Yeah. See,
no.
I'm like that with like words of affirmation. Like if you text me like, oh, like I've been thinking about
I
you
do that,
and blah blah blah, and I'm like,
see, that to me,
I'm good.
that gets me going.
I'm good.
I love it.
But see, I was literally said this yesterday when I was getting my nails done because we were actually somehow talking about this topic and stuff like
that's
that.
funny.
And I was like, that's probably why I don't have friends. It's because I'm not a words of affirmation girly. Like I
No,
never
you
send,
do
like
have
I
friends.
never text, like, you know, my friend, like, hey, I'm thinking about you. Like
That's
I do.
okay though.
I think about my
Yeah.
friends and the people I love all the
Right.
time, but I'm not the one to say it.
to
Like,
say it. Yeah, that is true though. You don't do that.
yeah.
But I am a words of affirmation person,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that. Do you want me to let him out?
He'll get the door open.
Okay. I think that comes from my parents not being that. That's not their love
Mhm.
language. They're gift givers. That's how they show their love. I am a gift givers and words of affirmation, acts of service.
Mhm.
Those three like really speak to me, whether I'm doing it for someone or it's being done for me. That is like, oh, they love me.
Yeah.
That's me. Physical touch could do without.
Yeah.
Could do without. Like I'm trying to get better about it because I feel like a hug is like a thank you. Like it's a good like thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like quick little
yeah.
okay. But it like a complete just wrap up
Yeah.
and just
a good long one.
yeah, and like when are they letting me go?
Yeah.
You have to feel me start sweating. Like you have to because it just makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Just
And
tap out.
yeah, I just don't
I'm
know.
good.
I don't know. I guess 'cause I just wasn't raised like that. Like we're not a huggy family. We're not
Yeah.
like a I love you every minute family.
Mm-hmm.
But I am with my kids.
Yeah.
Like I tell my kids I love them constantly. Like it's annoying.
yeah.
Like I know it's annoying, but I can't help it. Like Jet will literally just stop saying it. I'm like I love you, and he just looks at me.
He's
I'm
like, yeah.
say it
I
back.
know, Mom. I know this.
What's wrong, Bob? Oh,
You
no.
can literally open the door, honey.
He's like, Mama, I really can't. What do you think these paws are for?
Yeah. He'll figure it out.
So no, yeah, could not be me.
Does cutting onions make you cry?
Yes.
They don't make Colin cry, which I don't know. Well, no, he doesn't even wear contacts anymore. But I can like barely get the knife to an onion and I'm crying. Like it's
Mine depends on the breed of onion.
yeah,
Yeah, whoa.
honey.
That was cool. No, like a little 360. He's like, no, what do you think I am? A peasant?
Open the door.
A sweet Vidalia onion, which are the ones that I use because I love a sweet onion. Could eat it like an apple right now. Do not make me cry. A yellow onion, a red onion. I like want to wear sunglasses.
I feel like every onion I've ever cut has made
Oh
me
no,
cry.
it just depends on what it is. But I'm also super used to the sweet ones, so maybe I've become immune to it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Have you ever used a mandolin?
What's that?
Oh my god, I explained this to your brother today too. You don't know what a mandolin is?
Uh-uh.
Not the instrument, not the guitar thing. Did you know it was a guitar too?
No.
Okay. It's a bluegrass
I was like-
instrument.
I was thinking like the orange.
That's a mandarin. Okay, so a mandolin's like the thing people used to make like potato chips. And you slide it,
Oh yeah.
or like zucchini.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? So that's what happened to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about hand injuries today because you know your brother drilled a hole in his hand.
Yeah.
But you never used one?
When I worked at Tropical Smoothie, we I had to do the prepping at the end of the night, and we had I don't think it was that because this one it was to dice onions, but it was like a tall machine, and it had like a thing right here, and you set the onion on it, and you smush the onion down, and it dices it. It was
So it was like a grid.
yeah.
Okay, no, this
was
is
super
like a flat surface that in the middle has a razor blade
Mm-hmm.
that's flat, and then it has a opening. So it's like razor blade, opening, flat surface.
Like
and
kind of
you
like
just
the thing you push pasta through to make noodles, but
No.
for
Mm-mm.
fruit.
No, I have to just show you. But anyway, it's just basically essentially a metal blade that you just slide something across like this and it cuts it. So
Like
it's
a cheese
all
grater, but not.
yes, but
Okay.
just one big blade.
Yeah.
And that's how I lost this chunk of my hand. Was I was doing a potato for the first time.
Never even want to try that ever.
Well,
in my
you're supposed to
life.
use, if you're not good at it or on Chopped, which is why I thought I was good at it. They have it was like a air hockey thing that you put on top,
Oh yeah.
and it protects your hand.
Yeah.
But Natalie's on FaceTime with me. I was like, I don't need to use that. It's fine.
Yeah.
I watch Chopped all the time. Literally one slice in, and it gets my hand. Okay. Well, I have PTSD every time I open my cabinet and I see it. I'm like, I won't even touch it. I'm like, Jake, you have to do it. I can't even look at it.
That's like me with
bad.
whenever I like sliced my foot open, I'd stepped on.
Yes, that was scary.
Yeah, there was a chunk of glass in my kitchen and I was barefoot and I stepped on it with my left foot and I swiped my left foot on top of my
that's your
right
natural
foot.
reaction.
Yeah, to knock it off of my foot, and it sliced open my right foot. I still have a gnarly scar. I could see my tendons. I could see I have a tattoo right there. I could see the ink sitting like down in that like layer of skin. I mean, it was deep. And so now anytime, and this is crazy.
And you still walk barefooted everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But anytime something drops, my feet pull back so quick.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that wasn't even from something dropping. It was from me stepping on something.
Right.
But the thought of stuff coming near my foot ever since I sliced it open, like
it's crazy.
I'm
the
quick with
brain
my
is
feet now.
so crazy. Oh yeah. I literally open the cabinet, and if the pots and pans are sitting a certain way, I can see it, and I like my body tenses up because it's.
Have you used it since?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was the first day I got it. It literally, I'm on FaceTime with Natalie. Amazon comes like, oh, it's on mandolin. Let's make some potatoes. And I knew it was coming, so I'd already bought some.
Yeah.
And I was going to make chips. And then Jake was like 5 minutes from getting home, and Natalie saw it happen on FaceTime. I said, I need you to call Jake. And she's like, yep. And so she calls Jake, and I like sat down under the sink, so my hand was above my heart, and just had it in the sink. Jake said it filled up like half of a coffee cup.
Oh my god!
Because I'm a bleeder.
Yeah.
And it was just, and I was like turning white, and Jake was like, "Why didn't you cover it?" I was like, I don't know. I was like, "Can you just say it to my mom?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, we were talking about hand injuries. I don't know why, and PTSD.
Yeah.
So
I have a scar on one of my hands because I was trying to, the thick Hubba Bubba, is that what it's called? It's in the little yellow wrapper. It's like the singular giant pieces of gum. I was trying to split one in half because me
a knife?
Yeah, me and my neighbor wanted to share one. So I was trying to cut it with a knife, and it just slipped and got my hand. I still have a scar from it right there. And I was like young when that happened.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, there was something that you mentioned earlier that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay. So I have decided I want to uproot my whole life and own a traveling carnival. There's this guy on TikTok, and Colin's like, "You're seriously watching this dude again?" He goes live pretty much every day. His family owns a traveling carnival, and he works at the like balloon dart booth or whatever, and he just goes live like doing this. But he pretty much shares what it's like, doing it. And carnivals and, amusement parks and stuff like that, I feel at home there. I love them
crazy
so much. They just, I'm never
really
happier.
do.
Yeah, I'm never happier than I am at a carnival. And so I'm like, I think I just need to become a carny. I literally asked Colin the other day, I was like, before we have kids, should we, just spend a summer traveling as a carny?
Do it.
Specifically this one, because I feel like the ones around here are all no offense, crackheads, and
no offense.
Yeah, but this guy, it's like they all look like they're legit people and everything, and I'm like,
you should do it.
I want to. I think
and
it would
vlog
be,
it.
Yeah, I think it would be so cool.
Every time I think of is carny? Can we say that? That's politically correct.
Yeah, they call themselves carny,
okay, cool.
So I assume I can.
Every time I think of carnies, I just think of travelers, which we're not allowed to say the other word that they're called.
Yeah.
Unless I find out they're in my DNA.
Yeah.
I don't think they are, but I'm obsessed with all things that, especially the old school Irish communities. Love them, but that's my immediate thought is that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, with the caravans.
Yeah.
And I love John Prine has a song called Caravan of Fools, one of my favorite songs in the world. And that's what I think of. So to me, if you were yeah, we're going to be in this town with the carnival, I would literally picture you in an old traveler looking caravan with a horse.
That's literally what this guy, but without the horse.
Yeah.
They just all have RVs and trailers and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and they have the transfer trucks that carry all the equipment, and they just roll from
Just
town
everywhere.
to town. And I'm like, that is just,
You could set up at the state fair.
yeah, they have. I mean, like cookouts and stuff all the time. Whereas, because they're
they're all
there
friends.
for like a week,
Yeah.
and they're just in their RVs and they all hang out and stuff.
should
And I'm
do
like
it.
that. And so this story is actually super cool. So his family, it's been in his family for decades and decades and stuff like that. But they were from Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and his whichever original grandfather
Mhm.
decided he wanted to do it. He left Europe and moved to America, and actually it started as a circus. And so the whole family had different, like the youngest daughter was like a contortionist or extortion, whatever they're called.
Yeah, that scares me.
Yeah, and the grandpa that actually started it all, he was like a sword swallower and
No.
stuff. They started as a carnival, and then as a circus.
As a circus, yeah.
And then like as time went on, they ended up
Right.
getting into the carnival business, and the family's owned it forever. But I was like,
I feel like that
a
would have
movie.
been
His whole life is a movie.
Oh, absolutely. It would have been the most fun back in like the day. Back in the day.
Yeah.
And like where if you were heavily tattooed,
Yeah.
you were considered like wow.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like Laura has pictures of like I can't think of her name. The first like heavily tattooed, or she may have been the first woman tattoo artist. Either way, hanging in the shop. And every time I see that picture, I'm like, I'd have been sick.
Yeah.
Like just to be photographed just because I have tattoos.
Right.
Like, and that I just think that's crazy. And the fact that they were like considered like an exhibit.
Yeah.
Like it literally, like people are coming here to see like the most tattooed woman or whatever is crazy to me. Like it's wild.
Have you ever been to like the what's it called, like the Circus Olay or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Like they still do it. I
No.
wanna go. It looks cool.
I couldn't tell you. I have a vague, before like the circus was canceled, I have a vague memory of going to what is the brothers?
The Ringling Brothers.
Yeah, in Burlington.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Whenever who sat up in Burlington?
I don't.
I
They used
wanna
to come to
say-
like the Greensboro Coliseum and stuff. I don't know if they ever came to Burlington.
I think back. Oh, I would have been little. You wouldn't have even been born,
Mhm.
probably. I want to say they used to set up in Burlington, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like my parents would have took me to Greensboro. I don't know. Either way, I have a vague memory of going to a circus, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Oh, I remember going literally all the time. I
Yeah.
actually went this year. It was either earlier
Yeah.
this year or like late last year, but it's it's different now. since they don't have-
sure.
But yeah,
Oh,
circuses are fun.
Mm.
Do you remember the guys that used to come around to the elementary schools and rip the phone book in half?
Yes, the strongmen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
that's
that.
pretty.
And they brought snakes. They had like I don't know why I hissed on that, but
Yeah,
I did. Snakes. There was like a snake guy that came. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, we all held snakes.
Oh, okay. Urban Dictionary
Yes,
are names.
that's what it
Have
was.
you ever
No, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'll do yours first.
Okay.
And it's literally, I mean, there's like a bunch of different definitions, but this is like the first one. When you Urban Dictionary Megan,
Oh god.
it says well, first it says Megan, not Megan or Megan, like spelled differently.
Right, yeah,
it
yeah,
says
yeah.
she hates when people spells her name wrong.
I do.
Megan, I don't know if you know this, Megan actually means pearl or child of light.
I love that.
But it says a Megan is a good friend to all who take the time to get to know her.
Mm.
She's very creative. A
Mhm.
Megan is never shy and loves doing things with her friends and family.
Mhm.
Most Megans also have a dark side and many secrets.
Oh my god.
She will give really good advice because she's been through a lot. Once a Megan trusts you, do not betray that trust because she isn't going to wait for karma to get you. She'll just get you
Right.
herself. She isn't scared of anybody, and the only thing she truly fears is losing someone she loves.
Yes.
Most Megans are born during the winter or spring.
Okay.
Megans can be really stubborn at times
Yes.
and know how to get what they want.
Yes.
Usually Megans are beautiful inside and out, but they don't know it
Hey.
or can't see it. They tend to look down on themselves a lot. It's not a good quality,
my
but at least
God.
most Megans are not stuck up.
Okay.
In a relationship, a Megan will do whatever it takes to keep her mate happy and take care of them.
Oh gosh.
She prefers a long-time relationship over short-term and doesn't
Okay.
like to waste her time.
Yes.
It says Megans are incredible lovers.
Oh hey.
And then it says, if you're lucky enough to know Megan, hold on to her. She's very
Aw.
special and deserves the best. Treat her right.
Oh my god. Let's everyone get that tattooed. Stay on your leg.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. Everything. That is so I feel like a lot of that is so accurate.
Yeah.
I do have a dark side. And fun fact, Pearl was one of my great grandmas.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
see, I've always loved the name Pearl.
Yep.
That's funny. If you scroll down, because there's a bunch of different
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
definitions. This one just says, Megan, her code name is sarcasm,
Ay.
an amazing friend, but the truth coming from her is a bit depressing. This is the
True.
kind of girl that either hates you or likes you,
That
and
is
there's
true.
no in between.
That is true. That is very true. Oh, read law or
Okay.
not law, I guess, Lauren.
Let's see. Okay, Lauren, a beautiful, deadly smart, sarcastic girl who makes you go crazy. She's weird sometimes, but she can give really good advice and tell you when you need to grow up. She, yeah,
I feel like you do that.
She's the best comforter,
Yes,
but will tell you when you're being annoying.
Yes,
even if she doesn't like someone, she's mature enough to tolerate the fact that she doesn't like you.
You do,
that. She doesn't like the fact and tries to hide that she's an easy crier.
Oh, but you've owned it at this point.
Yeah.
But still, that's crazy.
She's only mean when people deserve it.
Yes.
And she's a great friend. She has a forgiving heart and can easily trust people. It takes a lot to break her, but it can happen, and she can be sensitive at times. There's no one like her. Take care of her, and she'll take care of you. Don't break her. Find yourself a Lauren.
Oh, my God. I'm going to Urban Dictionary everyone's names
isn't it
now.
crazy?
What made you do that?
I don't know. I literally was just like,
about it?
I was like, I'm thinking of, things we can talk about today. And I was like,
Speaking of names, me and Leah were hypothetically naming hypothetical children that we don't have, and I may not ever have. But anyway, and we were sitting there running through names trying to come up with, and I gatekeep my baby names just in case, but my list is steadily growing for no reason.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but you have a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I do, but it's,
I'm probably retired from the child birthing era. But especially if they don't like me, because that hurts my feelings.
Yeah. No, you're not. I think you'll have another kid.
Oh, probably. That's what Jake, or not Jake. Someone else said that the other day. Maybe it was Jake. But we were just like dead set on naming like this. We getting a middle name for this name that Leah has picked out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I like this name for a kid that I would maybe potentially have one day.
A boy or a girl?
Girl. And I loved it. And it goes away from the J's, because Leah was like, what would you go? Would you do another J? Or she said, what J name would you do? And I was like, I don't think I would. I think I'm going to switch it.
Mm-hmm.
But keep everything relative. Like, I'm not going to say it, but
yeah.
I randomly told Jake this the other day. He walks in from work and I was like, we're naming our next kid. And he laughed, and I told him the name. And he said, absolutely not. Actually, that's not what he said, but that is what he said. That's what it meant. It translated to absolutely not. I was like, yeah, no, we are. Like, I love it. And I've said it over and over and over and over in my head, like, since I found it or came up with it.
Yeah.
And he was like, you might as well name them Lettuce. And I looked it up. And because I only pick names that are a certain number on the popularity list.
Right.
If it is above this certain number that I have, nope, it gets checked off the list.
Yeah.
This one was so far down. There were only, in the last 10 years or something crazy, there were like 900 people in the entire world that had it as a first or middle name.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's it. And I looked up Lettuce as a name, and 0.01 people out of 100,000 people are named Lettuce.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Lettuce. So I was like, I'm about to put it on the list.
Oh, that poor kid.
Could you imagine being Lettuce?
Kid.
But it was so funny because he said, you might as well name Lettuce. So, well, let me just look, because I'm sure someone has done that. Actually, I'm obsessed with names, and like because my name is super common. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, it's a very common name.
Yeah.
And so I get obsessed with that. Scared me.
Deegan,
you scared me.
Oh, you can't do that,
Bubby.
Like, you gotta give us
some
some warning.
Get him a doorbell. Teach him how to ring a doorbell.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed with like the percentage of people who have been named certain things. And like Jax is so far down on the list, and like Jet spelled that way is like not even a thing. And it's just like, it's so cool to me, like, to just look up random names and where they are in the popularity list.
Oh yeah, I know. I need to do that with some of mine.
Oh, yours will be far down.
Yeah,
yours will be far down. I've only seen one of yours that I know about. Well, a couple of yours would be more common. Would probably be above that mark.
Yeah,
but not like way up there. Not like our names.
Yeah.
Or Jake, God forbid.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the most popular.
Yeah, my boy name that I'm pretty set on is probably higher on the list than like some of my other like boy names and stuff.
The one that I know about?
But yeah, probably.
Okay, yeah. Well, one of them is actually not as far, like as close to the top as you would think. But one of them I saw on, I want to say it was like, because I go as far as like Nordic baby names, like, or Greek something baby name. Like, I go odd dig. And one of yours was on like a Nordic one, I think.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna say it, but I was like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it was pretty far down on the list. I love names. I love names so much. And when all my like maternity clients come to me, I'm like, oh my God, have you shared the name yet? And if they have said no, I get so like, tell me the name. And most of them will tell me, like, without me even asking, because I'm not going to pry if it's private, you know?
Yeah.
But I love hearing names and like why they are named that.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing. My favorite thing.
Names are cool.
Names are cool.
Names are cool. Did you the
names are cool.
I mean, they are. Names are.
You have t-shirt quotes every time. Oh, what were you about to ask?
The national anthem for the
Yeah.
home run derby.
I listened to the first line. I said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see she posted? She's like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to rehab.
Was she drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, she was drunk for
Yeah,
sure.
that's
I mean,
what
I figured. I would hope
Yeah,
so.
no, that's what she posted.
Oh,
She was
that's
like,
sad.
I apologize. I never should have. Like, I
Yeah.
need help, and I'm.
Full disclosure, I never heard of her.
Yeah, me either.
I never heard of her.
And then she's like, was it say 4-time Grammy winner?
Yeah, apparently.
Wimmer.
Wimmer.
Wimmy
She a
Wimmer.
She one of them wimmers.
It's
Yeah, but I had never heard of her, and I never heard her song either. That is most popular on TikTok right now.
yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Someone said that who is it that apparently has like the worst one? Like, was it Kesha or Lady Gaga or someone along the lines of that? But people were saying that like
can't
this
remember.
topped. I want to say it might have been Kesha.
Maybe
people
I
were
know
like-
what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and I can't. It's that genre, but I can't remember exactly who it was. Did you hear Cody Johnson's the next night?
I seen like I think you put it on your story. I seen like a clip of it.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
But everything he sings is gold. He is so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. Didn't know Jelly Roll has a song on the new Twister soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it. I like purposely will see like music video clips and just share them to my story without listening to them because I want to wait and hear the whole song. But that's exciting. Twister was a good movie back in the day. I don't know how the remake's going to be. I feel like I'm going to be very nervous about it.
No, it's going to be amazing.
I'm not
I've
going
seen the
to see it in
Oh,
the
I
theater.
for sure. I literally
Oh, yeah,
asked Colin if
absolutely
we
you
can
are.
go this
Yeah.
weekend. I'm
Oh, is
so
it already
excited.
out?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Fun fact about Twister. Whenever we went to Gatlinburg last year,
Mhm.
me and Colin went down early. There's a Hollywood car museum down there,
Mhm.
and the truck from the first Twister movie is in
in
it.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you told me that, I think.
Yeah, I literally cried in there. I thought it was. I saw a Bumblebee and I
You were
cried.
so funny.
Yeah,
to me.
I was like,
is
that-
that Bumblebee from Transformers?
Yes.
That is so funny.
Yes.
Because Megan Fox touched it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, but
Maybe
there's.
not.
I mean, there's so many Michael Jackson car in there. Elvis Presley Cadillac in
Oh,
there.
see, I love a cat.
Fast and Furious cars.
Back to the Future?
Yeah, Back to the.
I love the
mean,
Back to the
there's
Future.
literally it's so cool. They
That's
have so many
awesome.
cool cars.
I have a couple fun facts that
Okay.
are just so crazy.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of go through them. You can talk about whichever ones you want to.
Okay.
Your eyes blink around 20 times a minute.
That adds up.
20 times a minute. That's over 10 million times a year.
Damn.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Your ears never stop growing, and that's the most unfortunate fact I've ever seen in my life.
Ew, yeah, there's no way. What do you mean they never stop
I
growing?
feel like a lot of old men have big ears. Think about it.
That's crazy.
Think about it. I'm one of these. If I'm sitting behind you, I'm looking at your ears. I
Oh,
really
God.
am. But all your hair
Yeah,
cover
I've never seen
your ears.
I
Really?
don't look at people's ears.
Well,
I just stuttered so bad, but
you
that's
did, but
not
it's
a thing
okay.
I do.
It's okay. My uncle stuttered, and now every time I hear anyone stutter, it makes me want to cry. He doesn't stutter anymore, though. This broke my heart. It broke my heart. You are about a centimeter taller in the morning when you first get up than when you go to bed. And this is because during the day, the soft cartilage between your bones gets squashed and compressed. And this distraught me.
You feel bad for the cartilage?
I feel bad for myself.
Oh.
Because it is my big... I was looking at our family beach pictures from over the years.
Mhm.
Because everybody shares them when they come up. I'm shrinking. Y'all are either growing or I'm
Women shrink.
shrinking.
Yeah.
And I, as a woman who wanted to be 6'2.5", I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
And now to know that every single day, from the second I wake up, I'm a centimeter taller than when I'm going to go to bed. And you're not losing a centimeter every day. It's the same centimeter.
Yeah, like it goes
Yeah,
back.
like
it
an
comes
accordion.
Back at night.
Yeah. But either way, distraught.
yeah.
If
No,
you
that's
walked for
awesome.
12 hours a day, it would take the average person 690 days to walk around the entire world. That's not a lot of days. That's not
Yeah.
a lot of days at all. That's crazy.
But does that
12 hours a day.
include walking through the ocean, or that's like
I mean, we're not Jesus.
land?
So
Yeah, that's the part I'm confused about.
I guess it's just the number. It's a number thing.
Yeah. I told
But
Jax the other day that there's more water on like the earth than it is land, and she was like, "You're wrong."
oh,
and
she
so,
will literally argue.
so I
with
had
you
to
about
show her the
anything.
globe, and she was like, "Oh," and she was like, "Why is it
Oh.
dark over there?" And so then I had to tell her like
Yeah.
at night, like it's when we have light, it's dark over there.
Yeah.
And it was just, we
Oh
went
yeah,
down a
they
rabbit
haven't got there yet.
hole. Yeah.
That's funny though. The entire surface of your skin is replaced every month, which put another way means you are about 1,000 different skins in your life. So my question is, how do our tattoos stay?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just be steadily peeling away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Wild.
think so. I've heard like side note off of that. Apparently, it takes about 7 years because like your cells on your insides
Yeah.
and stuff like that change, and pretty much every 7
You're a
years,
new person.
yeah, you're a new person.
I
And
saw
I'm
that
like,
too.
that's cool.
Yeah, that freaks me out
Yeah.
because I'm shrinking. So I'm steadily getting shorter as I'm becoming a new person.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with it. But you look back. Next time the family photos come up,
Yeah, I'll have to look.
the year it would have been 16. I was wearing a hot bright orange, neon orange basic top, black bottoms, short hair.
Yeah.
I was giant, tall girl.
Maybe we're just growing.
Maybe, because I'm not okay with it. Your brain is constantly eating itself.
Ew, no.
It doesn't affect us though.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Well, I did. I looked it up and then I read all about it, and I was gonna mentally remember all of the details, but I don't. But basically, just eating itself, and then it just
So it's like a
keeps
little Pac-Man
growing.
in there. Just
Kind of. That's what I pictured. Yeah. But then it just keeps like refurbishing.
Ew. Brains are weird.
You don't
to
like the
me.
brains?
No, I
Would you
think
eat a
it's
brain?
Cool. Oh God, no. Well, I feel like
If you didn't know what it was.
I feel like it would be like a gummy, like a.
Oh, I meant deep fried.
I feel like I'd rather it be like gummy texture than deep fried.
No, are you joking?
Ooh, I ate fried mushrooms today, and that in my head, that's what a deep fried brain would feel like.
Yeah, but that's delicious.
And now I'm never gonna be able to eat a
Yes, you
deep
can.
fried
You
mushroom.
just said you wanted to eat a gummy brain.
Well, no, I think it's because you know the Halloween candy that's a brain,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
a little chewy gummy.
They are good though.
Yeah,
You don't think?
I
But
can't wait for Halloween.
oh no, Walmart already has Halloween stuff out for like
Really?
kids. Yeah, I about bought one, but I didn't. I don't think I don't. And then my last one was the whole water's not wet thing. I don't know if I could eat just like Indiana Jones.
Never seen.
They just pop. Oh, don't.
Okay.
Don't, not because of your love for the animal kingdom.
Okay.
They just popped the head off something like the top of it. I'm not gonna tell you what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they just.
That's why I don't
Went
think I
to
could ever
town.
be a zombie.
But I feel like as a zombie, you lose that part of your brain that makes you think about anything.
Maybe. I don't know. If you could be, have I asked you this before?
Maybe not.
If you could be any supernatural type, like
Oh, good
zombie,
one.
mummy, ghost, banshee. What would you?
Banshees scream a lot, huh?
Yeah, there.
That's probably what I would be. It's probably what I would be if, like, you take your personality type into it.
Yeah.
I'd be a banshee 'cause I'd be getting angry. But I would want to just be a ghost. I feel like I could just go anywhere I wanted, do anything I wanted to do. You wouldn't have to worry about what you looked like.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Because people may not even see you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter. I could have no eyebrows.
you
Would
wouldn't
not
want to be
matter.
like a siren or like, I don't want to be a
Oh.
vampire. Without a doubt,
Oh,
vampires.
I didn't even know.
the
I
way I'm
didn't know we
going.
were going how far
Oh,
down
yeah,
the
no, you
spectrum we were going.
Werewolves.
No, werewolves freak me out.
vampire.
What is Wednesday? What are they? I should
don't
know
really know
this
it.
as a fan. I should know
I
this.
don't know if they are
I don't-
anything.
oh.
I don't think they're supernatural. I think they're just weirdos.
They're just weird.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already kind of that a little bit. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I would want to be a witch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But not like the dark, scary, like sacrificing things type witch.
Mm-hmm.
The fun ones that like have the pets.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the familiars.
The
and stuff.
familiars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would want to be like
Like the
a garden witch, like a herbalist.
Oh yeah, like practical magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, Practical Magic 2's coming out.
Ah, girl.
I know. Yeah. Oh, speaking of movies coming out, I'm ordering stuff for Beetlejuice. I've officially decided that I'm going to go see movies with you to watch it in the theaters.
Yes.
But I have to dress accordingly, so I'm getting a whole outfit. getting a whole outfit. I'm gonna
Naturally.
get you to sew me a hat. So I need to go ahead and get that to you.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the book because I got a cute little Beetlejuice patch, and there's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's
So you can have one too if you want. So yeah, but anyway, speaking of that, Michael Keaton was on an episode of Frasier that I watched last night.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he plays his ex-brother-in-law, and it's just hard to look at him and not be Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So, anywho, is our time up? I feel like we've been chit-chatting a while.
Yeah, it can be up for
What do we have?
We're at an hour 15.
Oh, okay. Well, is there anything else you want to touch on? What's going on this weekend? Anything fun?
Let's see. No, I'm actually don't have.
Are you chilling this weekend? I feel like you need to chill.
Yeah, my next couple of weekends, I don't have anything planned yet, and I'm like not really that sad about it.
You need to chill.
Yeah, I want to do like a pool day, or you know what, I really not yet because it's so hot. I do want to do some pool days the next couple of weeks, but once it starts to cool down some, my best friend got me a projector for my birthday, and I want to do like an outdoor evening movie. I think that would be so fun.
Yep.
Parking lot meat tents.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Why? I don't
Did
trust.
you say meat tents?
Yeah, parking lot meat tents.
Like where you buy meat?
Yeah, I don't trust meat from that
Parking
you're
lot?
buying in a parking lot.
Yeah, that checks.
People do it, but it's like, I mean, like, it's such and such amount of steaks for $20. Like, I don't want to buy meat out of a parking lot.
I don't know that I've ever even witnessed that.
You've never seen them?
Maybe.
They do them like in the, what is it?
Parking lot tents freak me out.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like the TNT ones and all that stuff, they make me very nervous.
Yeah.
So I don't really pay that much attention to tents. I do look to see if there are puppies. That is one thing that I will look for.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm not buying I'm not buying meat out of a parking lot. No.
They do it. They do it like in front of. Sometimes they'll do it in front of. Is it Academy or no Dunham's? The Dunham's parking lot where they're now putting, I think, the sit-in cookout or something.
There's another cookout going across the road from a cookout.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't know
gonna
that.
be
Are
a
they going to close the other?
sit-in,
Oh, a
which is-
sit-in. Oh, they
yeah.
have one of those in Mebane.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was pregnant, I went there and I walked up to the counter. It'd been with Jex.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up to the counter. I was like, I need 8 cheese quesadillas.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked at me like, excuse me. I was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
so
my
serious.
God,
And I put them in my
need 8.
freezer and I like cooked them. Like they were so good.
Uh-huh.
And you may be asking, Megan, can you just make that yourself? No, you cannot, because they put something in there.
Oh yeah.
They put something in there
Yeah.
and they're delicious. But then I ate too many of them and I got to where I didn't like them. But now I like them again.
I allegedly
Allegedly.
they had a now hiring sign out front, and the vehicle that I was in, like, it happened to end up in there allegedly, and I think we ended up putting it in someone's front yard, but now they have a new one ever since then.
I'm so confused at what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
A sign?
Yeah.
Allegedly ended up somewhere. Allegedly you were again. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
You and signs, huh?
Yeah.
They just follow you around.
Yeah.
They
Back in the day, they did.
But they just jump right in.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Saw a sign, and I was like,
I gotta have it.
Free
That's
game,
so
baby.
crazy. I've never once had that thought, like, ever. It happened on Frasier though, but I've never had that thought. Just I have to have that sign.
yeah, cones
That's
too
so
were
fun.
like
Cones.
back then. Yeah,
I took a plastic Buick hubcap
really.
off the side of the road. Yeah, from Ashboro. Kept it in my closet for a long time. I don't know what the
Just like,
significance was,
I need
but
to have this.
yeah, me and my friend pulled over. I was like, let's get it.
We
So-
took a cone one time from somewhere, and it brought it back to my house in my bedroom, and it was a bunch of spiders inside, and my room was like, yeah.
no.
That's probably honestly the last cone I've ever, took.
We're gonna have to have an intervention
Yeah.
for lost theft. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I think
spiders.
it started from like my brothers though, 'cause like
I'm
when like
sure.
my oldest brother moved into college, they had like the
Yeah.
street signs.
That
and
is
stuff
cool,
like
though.
that,
Like, I get
and
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
But yeah, I've never taken one. Yesterday, Aunt Rhonda was sitting with the kids 'cause I had a facial and then a meeting after that. And we got home, we were chit-chatting, whatever, and Jake came home, and I looked up and I was like, oh, there's a spider on the ceiling. It was a big one, like a good one. But it was like, where my bar, like my island is, it was like right kind of to the left of it, and Jax was sitting at the stool, like at the bar. So Jake takes his hat off, and he like swats at it,
Oh no.
and it gets on.
Oh no.
It kind of landed. It like bounced off of her. Like it didn't stay on her, but
Yeah.
it bounced off. And I think he was already dead. Like
Yeah.
I think he got it. But either way, like she was like, what was that? What? Because I spelled spider. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
She's like, what was that? What was it? Because me and Rhonda both like, oh,
Yeah.
it's on her. Is it on her?
Oh,
And he was like,
no.
no, it's on the floor. And she figured out what it was. And she's like, you purposely did that.
Oh God.
Lost her mind.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, no, he didn't. I was like, he didn't mean to, but it's not on. Like, it literally bounced off of her princess gown and like fell. And it was so funny. I was like, oh, at least it wasn't Jack. So he would have
Yeah.
lost
Oh,
it.
God.
Oh, it was so bad.
He'd be like, I'm moving out.
Literally, oh yeah, he just pack and come out with his suitcase. Was it him or oh, it was Jax? What were we doing? We were doing something, and she came out. Oh, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When Lil Jon came out,
Yeah,
and I
dance.
lost my absolute brain. I was no brain cells were present, and I just went ham on. Oh my god, that was the best moment. And my daughter walks out with a suitcase like, "Peace, I cannot handle this anymore."
Yeah, that she
Oh.
did do that. That was so funny.
It was
She's
funny. That was
Mom's
iconic.
dancing. I gotta go.
Oh, I
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
even breathe. That was
yeah.
the best. If I would have been there live, I would have passed out.
like- oh yeah.
For sure.
All right, my
for
dog's
sure.
ready to go night night.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, we will catch you next week.
Keep it unhinged.
Later.